right, we are live. All right, y'all, come on, join us. If you're on here, please share. Like I said, we are getting used to now trying to build this thing back up, which is going to start a conversation anyway, which I'm going to have tonight. So if you're on here, please share this. Let's say we're trying to build this thing back up. That's a good thing. Sharing is caring. Yeah, we're gonna build this thing back up because yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Ain't no need to complain about it. Facebook didn't hit me, try to block me. Someone hacked me, but we still alive. All right. So if you're on here, do me a favor, share. Sharing is caring, as my wife just said, because
Dang, I didn't know my whole robe's on here.
What you mean?
Let me go test my shirt.
Your robe is up.
I know.
What's it gonna catch the top of your head?
Yeah, I mean.
Oh my God. To your neck, y'all? How close that gonna be? Stop, please. Hurry up. We ain't gonna be on her long tonight. All right, as I'm waiting for my wife to come on back here too as well. Y'all can do me a favor, like you said, share this in our conversation tonight that we're gonna have. Before we get started too, please subscribe to my YouTube page if you can. Because like I told y'all before, Facebook has blocked my old account. So I'm just trying to, I don't really have time all day to sit on Facebook and try to gather friends like that. So I just really don't. But yeah, as my wife's phone goes off. But yeah, subscribe to my YouTube page. Do that too as well, so that you'll get alerts of when I'm on here and also when I'm doing my my own conversations on Tuesdays as well. But like I said, we're going to make sure we're consistent to our Saturday conversations and what we're doing here. Also, do me a favor too as well, and not only subscribe to my YouTube, also like this and also share this, but also go to our website. All right, we're starting to send out emails to anyone that subscribes to us. We're doing a monthly email to help people with, it could be marriage, it could be business, it could be anything. Where me and the wife are basically sending out a monthly email. We basically have started processing that too as well, of sending out a monthly email to help people build, to help people grow. Like I said, in relationship, in business, all of that. But also, when you go to our website, you can also register for our marriage conference that is coming up. Our marriage, I don't want to say conference, but it's a getaway. If you're married, what we wanted to do was, if you want to close the door, you want everybody, I guess everybody gonna hear our noise with our kids. As your alarms just keep going off. Can you get that together? What's the difference in wearing that than that? That look like a whole blanket now.
Oh, it's my snuggly.
I know, but what was the difference? Why did you change?
Because it was my robe.
That doesn't make a difference. They're the same. Okay.
No, this is like.
Okay, never mind. Anyways, if you are here, say hey, so I know you're here. I don't know who's here.
Thank you.
I see numbers on here, but I don't know who's here. But again, like I said, subscribe, and then also too as well. I keep forgetting, like I'm forgetting something.
What's the question again?
Oh, register for our marriage retreat. All right, DesandYa.com. All right, we're going to Cancun, Mexico. I'm gonna show them a beautiful picture. Where we going? I'm not gonna tell them yet. We just show them a picture. You can open it up, can't you? You know how to open it up. What do you want the sour boys? Did you get them sour ones for you? Or
who are you talking to?
The sour vitamins.
I didn't get those.
Oh, when you get the sour ones, here, give me that one back. Give me the sour ones. All right. Thank you.
I like the sour ones.
Yeah, you got another one. Yes. Go ahead. You want to say anything about the wedding retreat? It's in Cancun, Mexico. You got a picture of it?
Do I have a picture?
Here, give. You take one and give two to Dynasty. Give two to Dynasty.
I do have a picture.
No, you already have one already.
I meant to share it already.
Here.
And I have it. Hold on.
Here. Put these up, please. Here, I'm gonna try one. See how they taste.
Hey.
They look like they taste good. That's a video.
They're not sour.
No, I don't know if I have any actual pictures.
No, you can.
I got more videos.
My kids are coming in, as you can hear.
I have this picture.
That's not. That do no justice.
Yeah, I have to share. I have videos that I said I was going to share.
Let me see if I can pull up a.
I haven't shared it yet.
I ain't got no good pictures. So all my pictures are like me and you.
I have that one.
Oh, that's nice.
It's
see
a
that
video though. But yep, I can't wait.
See how good this video is.
We're gonna have fun, y'all. We
Nah,
are
that
gonna
video's
have
no good.
fun. As we enjoy each other as
Yeah,
we
my
grow.
videos ain't no good either.
Got some fun workshops planned. And
These are my videos right here.
oh yeah, we don't need to show that. And activities planned, so we're excited. I feel like it was something else I was gonna say.
There go my
about
videos right there.
that. Oh, the upgrades. Ooh, I don't know how that's gonna work, but
What you mean?
um
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I got you. Okay, I got you. All
okay.
right. So go ahead. What you do?
So you said what's my do?
Yeah, what was you gonna do? I'm saying, what would be your thing?
Oh, what would you do?
Yeah, that's what we're starting with, right?
Yeah. So
You got a what would you do?
I
Or no?
had one and it walked out my mind.
It walked out your head. Go ahead. Let's hear it. There you go. There go my videos right there.
Shade, waiting for you to say something. I'm sorry, y'all. Just taking a minute to get started.
All right, fine. Let's
what
go to our
would you
conversation. Because you don't have a what would you do? I have a conversation tonight.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll get into the
This is
conversation.
the first time I'm hearing about the conversation, y'all.
It is. I was going to actually say that too. So in light of, well, I can do the what would you do? I just thought of something. Okay. That's kind of close to the vest. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna do that one. All right, so this is what I'll do because it has to do work related. I'm trying to stay away from something from work.
Oh, from work.
And I just don't need that on Facebook because it has nothing to do with like a teacher. It has something to do with an interaction I had, some things I had to handle for somebody, but I'm just not going to do that. So
this was going to be a what would you do?
Yeah, it was going to be my what would you do kind of in a sense.
Okay.
Because it's like, it's interesting.
So
I got
one.
Okay, cool.
So this happened to somebody I know. So my question is, and you can answer too.
Okay.
What would you do if you were, let's say you were in a grocery store, and you know we have self-checkout now. So a lot of times I'll just go, like I automatically go to self-checkout just because I'm just used to it now compared to actually going in the line. And the one time I was with somebody, and they were on their phone, they were doing things, and they actually in the midst of that unknowingly left out with the food. Like they left without paying for the food. And they didn't realize until they got home that they didn't pay for their groceries. So my question is, like, what would you do? Would you go back and give them the money for the food that you just took? Or, and this is not knowingly, like it's not like you really was like thinking about it to actually, no, yeah, I'm taking this stuff. Would you go back and let them know, what happened? Would you just stay home because you're home? Like how would you handle that situation if that happened to you? You're at the grocery store, you get distracted while you're talking to somebody, either on the phone or on the phone or just in the middle of doing something, and you just put the groceries in your bag and you walk out trying to go with somebody else and you forget to even pay. Like you don't even notice it or think about it until you're home with your groceries. Nobody says anything. Nobody tries to catch you saying, oh, but they do have video cameras and things of that nature. So what would you do if you were in that situation?
I already got my answer.
You got your answer?
Of course I do. What up, Jamelyn?
Hey, Jamie.
All right, my answer would be, I'm not going back anywhere.
Here, but nobody
nobody's talking. I wouldn't go back anywhere. I'm not.
You wouldn't go back to the store?
No, that's happened to me before. That I've accidentally didn't realize I made one thing grocery that I didn't pay for. I'm like, oh shoot.
No, not one thing. Like a whole, like all of your groceries. Like you didn't pay for nothing.
That's stealing. Like,
yeah,
how do you not know?
Do it,
child. That's too far fetched. That's too far.
No, I know somebody that happened to.
All their groceries.
They weren't paying attention. I mean, it wasn't like a big cart, but it was like a bag, and they weren't paying attention.
How many groceries
are we
talking?
Walking out with it like a bag of groceries.
Hello, L Hunt. I think if I know who that is, I'm not sure it says YouTube, it's just L Hunt. I know a lot of Hunts. Wait. So what? Okay, how many groceries do I have?
Like 20.
And I walked out with 20. Come on,
Like a
man.
bag of like a bag. You know, we have those bags like a ShopRite bag, like a bag
Come on, man. That's too
of
many. That's
groceries,
too many.
like
That's too many
10,
groceries. Like,
15.
come on, man. You can't knowingly.
Let's say like 10. Let's say 15.
That's a lot. Okay, so if I walked out with that many groceries, I would go back with that many groceries.
Okay.
I
With
probably
15. So if it was like 5, you wouldn't go back.
if I had like $10-15 worth of groceries, I wouldn't go back for like if I spent $100 in there, right? And I have like $10-15,
No,
I
I'm
realized
saying
I
you didn't
forgot.
pay anything. You just like distracted.
Oh
on your phone,
no,
and you just put
I'm
the
going
stuff in the
back.
thing and you just walked
Nah,
out.
no. I'll probably go back.
And it wasn't like on purpose. You just
I
really
would
was
just
distracted.
I wouldn't bring the groceries back. I would just come back and basically say, "Yo, this is what happened. I was so distracted on the phone.
That's really
You know, can you
I
go
know
back and
somebody that
run?"
happened
Because
to.
I get and now this is now hear me. I probably got my friend group is well, it done shrunk down now because Facebook blocked me, so I just started a new page. But even on my new page, I got people of all kinds of persuasion. I know a ton of people, white, black, purple, green, orange. Okay. To be very honest with my persuasion, I would struggle to go back, but I would go back if it was like my whole bag. Now, if it's $5, $10, $15, and I spent $100 in there, and I realized I had an extra bag of grapes or something like that, I am not going back because it's like you're putting yourself in a compromising situation because the people will sit there and be like, you know, depending upon who you're dealing with, you don't know who you're dealing with. They might want to be like, "Oh, you stole," like, you know. I'm not saying, but this to me, I'm sorry, this plays a role in that. I'm just being very honest with myself and being honest with, you know, just situations I've been in, circumstances I've been in before. Not saying I'm taking stuff, but I'm just saying, just dealing with that. So for me, if it's a whole bag, I'm probably going back. If it's a whole bag, because it's just it looked like they might come back like, who that, and then you might come back in the store and they're gonna be like, oh, that's the person that came in here 3 weeks ago that didn't pay. Like, you know, you never know. So if it's the whole bag, yeah, I'm going back.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny because it was like a bag. It might have been like maybe like 7 things in there. But yeah, that was the what would you do for tonight, which I thought was very interesting.
That was interesting.
Because it's something that I know happened to somebody.
Can I tell you mine? I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to ask for opinion.
Oh, I thought we was doing. Okay, so we're doing.
No. We won't do it. We won't do it. I'll save it.
Go ahead.
I'll save it.
It's fine. We'll do 2 tonight.
No. I'll save it. Let's get to our conversation.
Okay, I don't know what our conversation is. So.
Okay, so there we go. Well, I could talk about it for a minute, just for a second.
It's up to you.
All right, I'll bring it for a second.
Y'all want to hear another? What would you do?
We all hear another? What would you do?
One,
I need some comments, and then I'll get into our conversation. Does anybody want to hear another? What would you do? All right, because it's tricky. It's tricky.
It's tricky.
Okay. It is tricky. So do y'all want to hear another one? Yes or no? Just put Y for yes and no. We go into the conversation. If you say no, it ain't gonna be offended. Okay. Of course, Jamie will say sure. Okay. So here we go. So in my dynamic, where I work, okay, I have kids that oftentimes will come to me, have conversations about things like, you know, this is going on. Like they're very, very open with me, because they know I'm going to really be real with them, and also to as well just deal with them in a certain regard. So, but where I draw the line at too is that they'll come to me and say, you know, Mr. Wiggins, my parent, uncle, whoever the guardian is, handle something like this, right? And they'll ask me, how do I feel about it? Now the question is, do you answer that question or do you don't answer that question? Now I tell you what I do. And then how do you answer the question? Let's say you have to like, what do you do? Right? So it's just a blanket statement, see what people say. But now what do you do?
You say if a
teenagers,
a student asks you,
I might take
how you handle this, how you handle a situation.
Correct.
Because they thinking about how their parents told them. to
Right.
handle it
What their
compared
parents
to their
did,
parents.
what their parents said, and they'll say things like, "Well, how would you have handled that?" Like putting me in the position of what would I do as a parent?
Right.
Okay. So a question is, do you answer that? Well, how do you answer that question? I'm not gonna say do you not. How do you answer that question? As a person, like what do you say? I'm gonna start with you. You want to answer that?
What do I say if a student came to me and asked me?
You're not listening.
I'm trying to make sure I got the question right, so
That's
I
the
can
second
answer
time you said it back to me.
because you go into like a whole nother explanation.
I just said, okay, all I said was, do you answer? But I said, how do you answer that question? When they come to you, say, my mom, dad, uncle handle like this. Like, what do you think about that, Mr. Wiggins?
So they're asking your opinion on what you think about how they handled it? How your parents
Yes,
handled
or what
it?
the
Okay. See,
parent
I
or
thought you
uncle
were
or aunt
saying
said, or how they
compared to,
handled the
like,
situation.
what
What
they
do I
say.
think about it?
Oh, so your opinion on what the parents did.
Correct, or what they said.
I answer it as that's your parents. So you got, I mean, do
Let's
you
say,
live in their
listen
house?
to
Do you
your
pay
parents.
rent? So I mean, that's my situation. Now, if someone's asking me like maybe how I would handle it, I would maybe say how I might, but at the end of the day, that's your parents. Like,
Correct.
that's their, and then sometimes kids, like the way they say stuff, it's like a whole nother perspective. Like Dylan could go to somebody and say something that like we might be
Correct too.
disciplining him in a certain way.
Yes, and
but
it ain't
when
even
he
like
says
that.
it to somebody else, it's not even like that. So
Yeah, that's true.
it's like both. You got to kind of weigh both sides because
It is true.
You just don't really know. So I'd be like, that's whose roof you under, and you better abide by the law.
Listen.
Law.
Yeah. So what I do is I listen to their conversation. I listen to what they said, and then I don't even bring up what the parent did. I just try to listen to reflective of what they could have done as a child better.
Oh, okay. So you just say it from the child's view.
Correct. So I say to them, okay, let's not even bring up what mom, dad, uncle did. Let's think about what you did and how you could have handled the best thing better. I don't go into, because now it can create this dynamic of, well, and then they go back home. Middle way head, my teacher's head. Like,
that's
what?
Why,
like, why are they getting in our business? Right? Because the kids are bringing the business. That's private business anyway, between their own house.
Right.
But if they bring it to me, I have a responsibility that I'm not their parent, and secondarily, I'm just it's not my role is to help to direct them in the best direction that's best for them. So that's what I often do. I'll say, well, what's your role in this? How do you make this up to your parent? How do you get your parent to do this? How do you get trust back? How do you do? So like a lot of times I don't bring up, so that's something just to, that's my thought. Cause I want to ask y'all, how do y'all handle that? And for me, I don't bring up the parent. I just try to talk about how could you handle this better? Right. And then have a conversation with uncle, mom, dad, grandpa. Have a conversation with them. Let them know how you feel, and just have a conversation. But I don't tell them, your parent bad. How couldn't they? What? That ain't how I do it. Like, no.
Yeah, because that's the same thing people do. Like, not even just kids. People do that. Like, people will say such and such and such.
Listen.
And make the other person look like something. That's why I'd be like they say, it's always three sides to a story.
I just thought about something too.
One person, two person, and then the truth. So it's not, anybody can say anything. And when you look at stuff from different perspectives, you can kind of say stuff.
Yep.
And some people can just deceive by saying, saying this, that, and the other, and that's not even the truth.
Yeah.
That's why, no, let's talk to everybody.
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna get to the bottom of this.
And I gotta know.
Don't
and
be
I gotta
talking
know
to me behind their back about them. And no, we need to talk to everybody.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna go that route. Because I'm gonna go that route. I'm gonna go the route even about pastoring.
Oh yeah.
You're like, yo, well, he was there. I'm like, that don't even sound like me. Stop. Come on, man. Come on. Quit that noise. Yep, absolutely. So let's get into our actual conversation, which is going to be about 20 minutes because we need to get over 10 o'clock. I wanted to talk about something of what's happening right now with me with my Facebook. And this is how the past you guys no idea what I'm going to talk about tonight. Usually we kind of have like a debriefing to know what we're going to talk about just for a couple minutes before we start, but not tonight.
Except
So-
like times when you get on before me,
Yes.
put the lights on and stuff like
Yeah,
that. We don't have
turn the
a
lights
debriefing.
on. So this is what I'm going to talk about real quick. I'm going to talk about keys to starting over. Now, I'm sure people are going to probably see this and probably think about, oh, he's probably referring to just like church stuff. No, that's not what I actually want to talk about. Really, this sparked from the fact of Facebook, because Facebook, for some reason, somebody hacked my Facebook. Then they try to say I'm doing things disruptive against Facebook. I'm like, come, Facebook, stop. Okay, stop. All right. Then I got hacked. Yo, y'all better watch this Facebook. I'm telling you, got hacked for some money. Praise the Lord. Listen, I'm telling you, that's why I'm about to be done with social media. If I was not trying to, because social media is a part of, like, the only reason why I'm doing social media to a degree is because it helps grow platform influence with not just ministry, but business, with things I'm trying to get done, book writing, coaching, everything. So that's why I have to have it. Like, I'm not even on Twitter right now, and I get killed all the time by college coaches that I'm in relationship with. They're like, yo, what's your Twitter handle? I need that because I need to shout you out, what you're doing, who's what, when, and where. So like, that's the only reason why I'm even involving myself with social media right now. All right. But anyways, another side story. I'm just going too far off the tangent with your blanket on. But my thing is this, right?
I don't have a blanket on.
I won't say keys starting over. I think that one of the things that happens, and I was doing this with the Facebook situation, it's hard to start over when you really don't want to. Okay, sorry. You have a Snuggie on, whatever it's called. Starting over a lot of times, all right, it's a struggle, but I think a lot of times it's important to embrace the refreshing and the renewing of it, right? I want to just, like, with Facebook right now, I have to literally like just start over from scratch. Like, people I'm friends with, following, all of that. But far as Facebook is concerned, far as social media, and I have people right reaching out to me like, is this really you? How do you know me? What's going on? Like, that is so annoying, because as I'm starting over, it's like, watch this. And sometimes when you have to start over, it may not be your fault, right? And so sometimes starting over, what we do is we start, there's a valuation, but there's a need to evaluate it properly. And sometimes when you have to start over, we evaluate it from such a negative place. Like, it could be your job, it could be the failures that you had in business. One of the things I'm trying to teach my kids right now, even though I get upset when they lose to a degree, depending upon how they lose, I don't get upset with some of the kids when they lose, because if they were supposed to lose, okay, you're going to lose. But sometimes when they do lose and they're supposed to win, I don't get upset, but I'm like, oh man. And now it weighs on me, because I'm like, what could I have done better to help them? Right. But then I have to shift myself and say to them what I have to say, what I say to them, to my own self. And that is, we win and we learn, right? We don't lose. So when we actually lose a match, we have to take that as learning. We win and we learn. So when we win, we learn. And even when we lose, we learn. So everything is a learning process. So when you have things that look like failures, just take it and say, what did I learn from this? So that if I ever have to start over, what did I learn from this? What did I gain from this? What came out of this? What maturity came out of this? What development came out of my character in this? How much did I I might have been hurt from this, but then how much of growth came from this? So, like, last thing, and I'm going to try to get all mine out and then let you talk, is I'm letting you get your thoughts together too.
Oh, you're saying all my thoughts, so I'm trying to think of more.
Okay, like, I'll give it, like, one of the things, like, for example, with yours will come out differently though. So with football, it's interesting because, like, football and wrestling, every year, I have, even though right now I've been coaching wrestling, I've been a head coach. I was head coach for the middle school for 3 years. Then I moved up to the high school and it was an assistant head coach for 4 years. And then now I've been the head coach for high school for 2 years, right? So I've been coaching wrestling now for, has it really been that long? It has been for wrestling. I've been coaching wrestling now for about 9 years, right? So with coaching wrestling, every year, right? Even though program wise, especially as a head coach, you get to really kind of instill your ideas. And even when I was a head assistant, I was able to instill a lot because my head coach was allowing me to help guys in different ways too, which was good. He was a real good guy. And so still friend to this day. So when I am head coach every year, even though I'm implementing a program, every year is a start over because I have new kids. I either have kids that graduated, I have new kids that come on the team, and the kids I had from last year to this year, the same kid, they've grown, they've changed because in high school these kids change from year to year. Freshman year, their sizes change, their minds start changing because they're evolving and really becoming. Not saying that older people don't, but at teenage years, these kids can be a totally different person the next year, right? So even though I'm still in a program, every year is a start over. I'm building on what we had, but still it's a start over because I'm dealing with a brand new group of kids and the kids I had are changing. So every year it's exciting to start over, but when I'm starting over, I'm also taking what I learned from the previous years and making sure that I'm implementing proper things, that this went well, this didn't go well. Okay, how do I improve this? How do I make this kid better here? Do I have notes of where he might have had failed or lost? How do I get him to learn from the mistakes from last year? So like these are things that I'm always like trying to evaluate. And every year, like I said, it's a start over. Even though I'm in the same position, even though we might be building to be better, I'm still starting over. And that's one of the things that I heard, like, for example, someone like Nick Saban said when he was retiring, he said, someone asked him a question like, well, man, this is your, before he retired, he was like, man, I think it was like his 21st year head coach. And he was like, man, you've been those 21 years. Like, how do you keep on? He said, we won a championship last year. He's like, but every year is a new year. Every year brings new challenges. Every team is different. He's like, so when I start a new season, it's like starting over. Even though I have some guys coming back, it's still a start over because I have to blend these guys together to make a team. So even though I have like 11 guys coming back that started out of the 22, I still have another 11 guys I got to blend in the mix of guys knowing their strengths and weaknesses, knowing what they have to do compared to what the others have to do, making them mesh, making them have, hopefully they build relationships, team building, all those things like that. Even though we did it this way last year, it may change a little bit next year because of the group that we have. And so that's part of starting over. So it's not that I look at it like, oh man, this is going to be so draining and it's going to be so upsetting. It's like now I got some things that now I can start doing that I couldn't have done. Things I can start putting in that I wasn't doing, evaluating, or maybe just shifting some things around that I wasn't doing. So, I think it's keys to look at starting over, positive elements compared to negative. Go ahead. Throw something at us now. I gave out a lot, but I want to hear you in your snuggie.
I don't have anything to say. You said everything.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You just want to sit there and look pretty and not say nothing.
No, I'm just gonna sit here and not. I mean, I said this before. We'll be having conversations. So you said everything I would say. You should have stopped and let me talk, and then you could have.
I wasn't sure where your mind was. I was trying to give you time because you didn't have nothing. You did. I mean, you probably had something, but this wasn't your conversation.
Right. So you should just say.
Okay, let me ask you a question then. I ask you a question so you can say something to us. Okay. I'm trying to think of something you started over. Right. All right. Let's ask you a question. I wouldn't say start over, but.
Well, we were talking. Me and my mom was talking about this actually this morning.
Really?
In the car.
Look at the Holy Ghost.
Because we were just talking about ministry and just different things about how like sometimes certain things will happen. And at the time it's like, okay, why is this happening? And it's a little bit annoying, right? I'm sure everybody's been in that situation. When certain things happen, and it's like, this is annoying. I don't understand why this is happening. Whatever it might bring, pain, frustration, anger, whatever it might bring in those moments. And then like as time passes, like you realize how much, you should have grown from that and gleaned from that experience to actually have something to now, more, or you're stronger. So now it's like, okay, I understand. Like after you look back, it's like, I understand why this happened. And I can see where it helped me to grow at, because at the time, I might have been a lot more naive compared to now. I'm like, okay, no, this, that, and the other needs to be in place, or
Mhm.
whatever it might be. Like, you actually learn from it, but some people don't choose to learn. So I definitely always think it's a good thing to look at it positively as far as like starting over, because it's not a bad thing, because now you're going in, you should be going into it with more knowledge.
Right.
And it should bring more confidence. That's why I say, whatever it is that you feel you want to do, like, just do it. And people a lot of times are scared of failure, or scared to mess
That's
up,
good,
or
too.
what if this doesn't work out, or who cares if it doesn't work out? Guess what? You're still learning from it. And at least you stepped out there and tried it. Because I have some things
Solid.
I'm like, okay, soon as I find this, I'm doing it. Like, who cares what people think? Because the reality of it is, it doesn't matter what people think, because it's people that are going to probably talk about you, or the people that's
Regardless.
like, yeah, basically they're going to talk about you regardless. And a lot of times it's people that they scared to step out on stuff, so they be like, oh yeah, see, they did. But at least if you step out on it, you're actually doing it, compared to like just thinking about it. Oh, I want to do this,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you might want to do it a lot, but you're fearful because you don't want to fail.
Right.
But the thing is, fail. Don't be afraid to fail, because if you do fail, you still
That's
can
good.
learn from that, and you can grow from that. And at least you're doing something to actually step out on faith. A lot of times we'll just stay in a box and stay right here. It's like, I want to do this, but I'm scared I might fail, or what if I mess up? Then people are gonna, and I've been there plenty of
That's
times.
really good.
That people are gonna think this or think that, and the reality of it is, it doesn't matter what people think. It matters that you do, what is in your heart to do, and you actually step out, or at least make an effort, even if it's in small steps. Like, make an effort to get there.
That's
and
good.
Learn as you go. And a lot of times you will, and guess what? Just like you can fail and you can grow from it, you can also not even fail, but just learn as you're going. Even when you think about marriage, right? Like, you start off at a certain place, but as you continue to move on, it's not so much you're always failing, but the thing is, you're growing, and you're growing with each other. You're learning different things. It's the same thing with stepping out on something that you might be dreaming of, a vision, a goal, whatever it might be. Just stepping out on it and just believe, okay, I'm going to grow through this whichever way. You know what I mean? Because some people don't want to grow through failure. You just want to grow through success. And sometimes you have to grow through failure so that you can become greater. Because if you don't, then you can't become all that you want to do, because you're scared to step out there and you're scared to fail. And then you're just stuck in a place where it's like, oh man, I wish, compared to, you know what, I'm doing it and I'm going to grow through it either way. Because the reality of it is, we can choose to grow through something, or we can choose to not grow through something. That's, at the end of the day, it's going to be our choice. Are we going to grow through this, or is we going to let this keep us down? So we have to make that decision. Like, no, I'm going to grow through this. Even
Jamie, I was thinking the same thing, Jamie. I was thinking the same. I was thinking the same thing, Jamie. The same thing.
Yeah, but I'm waiting for Jamie. I'm waiting for her food truck. I can't wait. I be seeing sometimes, and I just see it. Like the movie.
I'm waiting for a book too.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for a whole lot.
Just like that movie. What's the movie? The movie with
I know you're talking about
Taraji P. Henson.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
I can't think of the name of it. But that
Think Like a Man.
Think Like a Man. Yeah, when he had his food, I always see it like that. Like, just like, oh my gosh, so cute. But anyway, yeah, but it's a lot. Good. Grew through failure. Like, so you have to. And then the thing is, like, if you do grow through failure, make sure you're not scared to try again, right? Because sometimes, like, when we fail, we're nervous to actually step out again, right? Because it's like, oh, I might make the same. But keep on stepping until you get it right. Just like job application. You know how sometimes, like, you're filling out the application, and sometimes it's like, oh man, I know I've done it for even like loans and grants. Like, you fill out that application, it's like, okay, I did it this way like once or twice. This ain't working. So what do I need to do? And then I start researching and looking up, okay, how can I make my grant proposal better? How can I do this?
Oh, you know what was happening?
Oh, I can't see.
I couldn't see the people on Facebook. Okay, so we can only see people on the YouTube situation. All right, so hey, Katrina.
Hey,
DeAndre, man, love you, man. Good to see you.
How can I?
Joel, what's up, man?
How can I do this? Whatever it might be. How can I do it better? So I think that's always a good thing. Like something as simple as that. Like just sometimes you got to put in that extra work and just be willing to just step out and do it.
See on here.
Despite of.
And my thing ain't coming up right, yo.
If
I don't see you,
I don't have no my
just know it
comments.
might be my,
I have no comments that's coming up.
If I can't see y'all, I can't see y'all. Okay.
But yeah, start over.
Okay, yeah, both cruises on here. The cruise family. How the baby's doing? All right, good to see both of y'all. I gotta get to Virginia.
Hey,
man. I gotta get to Virginia.
I can't.
I do.
Can't,
all right.
I couldn't see the.
I gotta go see my Nova Hub people, man. We love y'all too. I gotta come see my Nova Hub people soon.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? There's one last thing I was gonna say.
Love you too. I just saw that.
I could only see YouTube. I couldn't see Facebook at all. All right. Yeah, but when you was talking too, I was just thinking about how when you was talking about failure, that was good. About the fact that I was just thinking about someone used this one time. They were talking about a baseball player can go and bat 300. Now, what that means, basically, if you'll never watch baseball, is basically if you hit the ball 30 times out of 100 times, you're batting 300. So you strike out or you basically get out 70% of the time. If you hit the ball 30 out of 100 times, you'll get paid $20 million a year in baseball.
That's good.
And so if you bat 300, that means so the whole problem, the issue is a lot of times that you can't hit a ball that you won't swing at. So if you never swing, you never take the opportunity. But the reality is in baseball, if you can hit the ball 30 out of 100 times, they'll pay you $20 million in baseball. And when I remember someone said that, that right there always blessed me, because the reality is that when we don't step into the box and actually swing, the reality is that we won't ever succeed at anything because we never try.
Right.
And so, listen, it's okay to start over. Right. It's okay to start, as you were just talking about. Like, we got to start to be willing to fail, because failure oftentimes leads to success. There's not a person, any person you see that has done extremely well, they had a ton of failures along the way. They didn't just start and become successful.
Right.
Like, they didn't just start. I was watching something the other day, and I'm about to end because, I saw someone like Mark Cuban, right? And we watch Shark Tank. So Mark Cuban, like, people think about his tech genius and all the things he did to be able to make the money, but that was like his, I don't know, umpteenth business he had. Like, that was like his 10th try at something. Like, it's not everybody hits it on that first, and that's where people start losing it, is that, oh man, I tried business, that failed. I tried this, that failed. That tried this, that failed. But every time you're learning valuable lessons, even if it's a different industry and different business, you're learning, because one of the things that's important about being successful in business is understanding people. Mm-hmm. The more you understand people, even if you go into a different business or different idea or different space, and that might not have been the space, you learn even though it's a different space, because you get to learn and know people. Right. And I think that's very, very important. Yeah. So I'm done. I'm done.
I like what Hunt said. That's so true. Mistakes and failures make you beat up on yourself. That's so true. Mm-hmm. And that happens, and it's natural. But like we were talking about, like, when it happens, okay, go through, sometimes we gotta go through our little thing, get it together, and then step back out there, right? Don't allow yourself to stay. That's the most important thing. Not allowing yourself to stay in that place of defeat, or, I'm beating up on myself, or, I can't do, or just recycling those things in your mind as far as, oh man, this, that, and the other, but actually just saying, okay, what did I gain from that? What did I learn from that? What can I do differently? Even in researching out whatever it needs to be researched, or, whatever you have to do to actually get to a point where, okay, this, that, and if it's something different, that's fine too, but just don't stay in a place where, you're stuck, or you're allowing that mindset to stay there. But make sure you're, okay, that happened, but guess what? I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep doing. We got this, right? Mm-hmm. So, but we all of us have those points though, like where it's like, tag, I messed up, but it doesn't matter if we have that, as long as it just lasts a moment and it's not something that we allow to stick with us and to hold us from actually moving forward or starting again, or starting, whatever it may be.
Absolutely. All right, I'm done. You got anything else you want to say to the people? All right, party people.
Thank you guys for getting on.
Visit us, DesandYa.com.
Talking to us.
DesandYa.com.
Yes, we're going to have fun at this retreat, y'all. Well, I don't like not retreat,
We
but
keep
our
going retreat.
our getaway.
Our couples
We're
getaway.
excited.
All right, we're gonna be learning and having a ton of fun. June the 27th through June the 30th.
Yes.
Getting away, ton of fun. Cancun, Mexico. Register.
Coming to a city near you.
The
so-
Lord gonna bless you. You're gonna have fun, huh? I'm like, we ain't gonna be churching. All right. This is
It's a
us
getaway.
wanting
It's a
to
nice-
get
it's a
away,
nice place.
celebrate, impart just nuggets of just marriage and all that kind of stuff like that. And like I said, we want to celebrate because it's our 15th year. Actually, it's officially our 15th year in Tuesday. So Tuesday literally celebrates 15 years of marriage for us. All right. So Tuesday we celebrate 15 years of bliss.
The marriage.
The marriage.
The marriage.
15 years of being the marriage. being we get upset because you know what? 15 years ago, they didn't have Facebook Live.
I know.
We did not tape our wedding. We got
Wait.
pictures. I don't like
know,
to think
y'all.
about it, but I wish we would have taped it somehow, some way, but we didn't. But
I
we
think
just got a
that's
bunch
one
of
of the things
pictures.
always we think about from
All
our
the
wedding.
time.
Like, dang, man, we ain't have
We
no
didn't
video. I
have-
mean, the phones wasn't recording them.
They weren't unless you had
I
like
can't
a
remember what
a
was going on.
Samsung. They had introduced a Samsung
Shameful.
something in 2009, but no iPhones, none of that. Nobody was recording at all.
Yeah.
So we don't have no. I wish we had because back in the day we had that, but we'd have went live.
Right.
I like yo, somebody going live,
somebody
Facebook
would've
live.
went live. You know,
Yeah.
everybody
Somebody had
always
it.
be recording
But
that,
I'd officially made
thing.
someone record
But
that.
we
We'd
had
have
to
on
choose
YouTube.
between a videographer or
photographer.
photography, and
We
we
was
went
like
with
photography.
photographer.
Yeah. So that's
But we
what
wish we would have had the video.
Yep. 15 years.
At times, just to see everybody and just to
I
see,
know,
like,
man.
you know, that's crazy.
I know. It's funny looking at the pictures though.
Yeah.
But it just video would have been man, when I had hair. I had hair. I had
hair.
I had nice hair. You know what I mean?
You had hair.
I know. I'm not getting no man weave.
No, we don't. We're not doing a man's weave here.
Nah.
That was a good conversation. We had talked about that too.
But
The man weaves.
Man weaves. Lord have mercy.
Bless us.
Bless
Okay,
me,
y'all.
Jesus.
It was a beautiful Jamie.
Yeah.
I was about to say,
Thank
Jamie,
you.
you should have recorded. I was thinking that too, but I wasn't sure if you were still on or not. So I was like, let me not say nothing just in case it's getting late.
Lord God have mercy.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all. I'll see
Love
y'all.
y'all. We'll talk to y'all soon.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Peace. Get some rest.
Get some
Church
sleep.
in the AM. Well, I don't know. I guess everybody don't have church in the AM.
Well, folks should
Some
have
people
church.
do,
Some folks
but
got
some
church
people
in the
have
afternoon.
in the afternoon. Yeah.
I know. All right, y'all. Catch y'all later.
Catch.